If you have this link open in your browser, then that probably means that your courage is enough to try something known as filmmaking. So hi, my name is Saurabh and today we're going to learn about how to make a film. Filmmaking isn't a very simple job. Now, what might seem very simple to us while watching a film might not be so simple for the filmmaker. And in this case, you. So let's go on a step-by-step approach on how to make a film. Number 1. Making a script. You might have a story to tell and a film to make, but to make a film, you need one of these bad boys. This is known as a script. A script basically contains an orderly version of each of the scenes, what are the characters in a scene, what each of the characters are going to say in a scene, and so on. Now, in order to make a professional script, you can use one of the softwares like Final Draft or Celtex, but in your case, you can either use Microsoft Word or you can use this and this. That's right, paper and a pen for a handwritten script. Hey! What's a script again? A film is nothing but a story shown in a visual format, where certain events unfold step by step, and from those events you are able to comprehend a story. Now in a film, this is done with the help of a script, where the story unfolds scene by scene. What's a scene? A scene defines a place or a setting where particular action is happening. Now you may want to do it with the help of one shot, or you may want to do it with the help of several shots. Now what the hell are shots? A shot is nothing but just a continuous filming of a camera that happens without interruption. So you have a film, so you have a story. That story is made up of a script. That script contains a certain screenplay. That screenplay is made up of scenes, and those scenes are made up of individual shots.
अरे कहना क्या चाहते हो?
Alright, let me try to make it simple. So we all have seen Dangal, right? Now Dangal is a story about Mahavir Fogart, who misses out on winning a medal, and then he has to take up some jobs because he doesn't have that much money, and now he wants his daughters to win those medals for not just him, but for India. So what he basically does is, he basically tries to train his girls, and they finally go on to win those medals. Now the story is very simple, but the screenplay is not. The screenplay consists scenes where Mahavir Fogart is seen regretting not winning those medals, where he's seen trying to talk to his girls, where he's seen trying to train his girls, then his girls are going to fight, sometimes his girls are fighting him, and then his girls go on to win the medals, and then there's a whole scene of him crying and feeling really proud that his girls won the medal for him. Now, if you look at this is a story. The events that are happening in it, step by step, that is what consists of a screenplay. Now that screenplay is supported by scenes. For example, this scene where he's trying to train his girls. Now observe that in this scene, sometimes the shots are taken from this angle, and sometimes the shots are taken from some other angle. Now it might not seem to you as if there are different shots. It might seem to you as if yes, this is one continuous setting. But to the filmmaker, these are not. These shots have to be taken separately in order to give an illusion to the audience that all of this is happening in a common way. And that is what we know as a scene. These different camera angles are known as shots. These shots make up a scene, the scene makes up the screenplay, and the screenplay is something that is used to convey the story.
तो सीधा सीधा नहीं कह सकते थे?
A few things to note before you write your script. First, keep it simple. Please keep your script simple. Try to minimize the number of locations, the number of characters that are present in your script. Since you're just beginning, working with a simple story can really help you build up that confidence to make up a story. So if you really have an intergalactic war in your story, try it sometime else. Second, make a list of shots. When you start shooting a film, you suddenly realize that it's a really tough work and it's a really tedious work. So you really have a lot to do while making a film. So if you really don't have those shots and the scenes sorted, sometimes it may happen that while editing you might feel like, oh, we forgot to take that shot with him keeping the cup on the table. So as soon as you finish your script, make a list of all the scenes that are there in it, and then make a list of all the shots which are there. Then as soon as you shoot those shots, make sure to cross them out. That way you can know what's done and what's yet to be done. So now that we are done with script, let's move on to the next stage. Number 2, casting. Alright, now you might really be divided about whether you want to cast Aamir or Shah Rukh or Rajnikant, and in some cases Brad Pitt in your movie. But hold on to your horses. You might need to cast someone well within your reach, and in this case, your friends and your family. So in this very limited spectrum of people that you can cast in your film, you need to take some caution. For example, cast people as per their natural tendencies. So if a person is naturally outspoken, cast them as a character who's also outspoken. If your character is not that outspoken but an introvert one, also cast a person who's naturally introvert, so you don't have to work much upon them. Now, once you have done this with caution, make sure that you rehearse really well, because this is something which can easily mess up with your film. Sometimes many people off camera might be like, "Koni ghar deta ka? Koni ghar deta ka? Koni ghar deta ka ghar?" But on camera they may act like, "Koni ghar deta ka?" So it's really important that you make them act well on the camera, because bad acting can really mess up with your film and what you're trying to convey with it. So the best way to do this is to sit with your actors, practice with them well enough, make sure that you make them understand what you really want from the script, what you really want from their character, take their opinions into your script, and then work out accordingly. Number 3, camera. Now, one way to get a good quality in your film is to have a good camera. But that's not the only way. You can basically work with any camera that you have. So if you can work with a professional camera, well, work with one. Or if not, then work with any of the DSLRs lying around in your home. And even if that's not available, or if your parents' reaction to you asking for the DSLR is no, then you probably can use this. That's right. Camera built in your phone. See, mobile phones have truly evolved to have great cameras with great image qualities. So you can shoot it from there. Just make sure that your camera shoots full HD if not 4K, and that it has OIS or optical image stabilization. Once it has all of that, or any of your friends have cameras that have any of that, you're good to go. If not possible, then go with whatever you have. There have been full feature length films that have been shot on, well, iPhone cameras or any of the normal phone cameras, and they have been award winning. So you really don't have much to complain about over there. Just go with whatever camera you have. Number 4, framing and lighting. If that's your response upon hearing these words, just wait, hear me out, because these are the few things that are really going to enhance the production value of your film. That too for free. Framing. It basically means how your subject or your actor is placed in the image from your camera. The basic rules of framing are rule of thirds. Now this is one rule that is really common in photography as well as videography. Alright, so placing your subject or your actor on the third of the frame inherently makes the image really come out to be beautiful. Now it comes out as a result of certain mathematics behind what makes things beautiful, but it can be used by you. If shooting with the horizon in the frame, place the horizon either on the top third or the lower third to make it look beautiful. You might have seen this in many films but never noticed it. Well, it's high time you start noticing it. The rule of symmetry. There's another rule as in not a hard and fast rule, but just something in general to make things look great, and this rule is called the rule of symmetry. Basically, you place your subject at the center of the frame and make sure everything around the subject is in perfect symmetry. The frame naturally looks pleasing to the eyes. And now off to lighting. Remember when I said you do not need the best camera to get the best image? Well, this is where lighting comes in. Lighting your subject properly can get you decent images even from an average camera or even a bad camera, and poor lighting can ruin image from even great cameras. Now you may not have access to the expensive lights used professionally, but you can always use some cheap ones like this one. That's light, a tube light, or that round thing up in the sky which is known as a sun, which gives you a lot of light, and that too for free. So the idea is to place your subject near windows or shoot outside during magic hours. What's magic hour? Magic hour is a time of early morning or the evening time when the light isn't that hard. Shooting under those conditions can easily give you good quality images without putting too many hard shadows like this. If your script involves shooting outdoor scenes during night, I'd advise make some changes to avoid that, or shoot only under locations which are properly lit. Now that you're done on how to make decent quality images, now off to number 5, shooting. Well, not that shooting. We're talking about shooting with a camera. Few things to note. Number 1, use a tripod or at least hold your camera on a selfie stick to keep it stable while you're taking a shot so you don't get a shaky footage. If you're shooting handheld, make sure you rest your hand on some form of solid support like a table, or if none of that is possible, hold your hand somewhat like this. If you're using a moving shot, move slowly with the camera. Number 2, make sure you use the shortlist you prepared while making the script. Number 3, once you're done shooting the film, Take some filler shots of the place where you shot the film, like the shot of a fan, a flower vase, a picture in the room, the outside street, etc. These few shots may or may not be used, but they can really enhance your film during editing if they are required. Number 6. Audio or sound. Watching a film with bad picture is not that bad, but watching one with bad audio is like, wait, what? Audience can forgive bad video, but an audience never forgives bad audio. The first rule of recording a good sound is,
do not use the camera sound.
record your sound separately using another phone that's closer to your subject. You can use the mic in your earphones with another phone and just synchronize it with the audio of your footage. Just make sure it is intelligently placed near your subject so it can't be seen in your frame. If your scene has too many characters and you don't have so many phones, just use one and place it near everyone. Secondly, avoid shooting in very noisy places so your sound is crisp and clear. If after doing all this your sound is still very noisy, just record your sound separately, asking your actors to lip sync with the footage. Well, but keep it as a last resort. And now that we are done with the video and the audio footage of our film, let's move on to number 7. Editing. Well, editing in a way is like cooking food with different ingredients. You may have the best ingredient, but it's still possible to spoil the food if not used in the correct amounts. So it may either taste like or it may taste like. Professional editing is done in softwares like Final Cut or Premiere Pro, but there are plenty of free ones available as well, like Filmora, Windows Movie Maker, or more advanced free ones like DaVinci Resolve. Learning them is pretty easy and YouTube is full of tutorials on anyone you like. Links attached. Now, if you have been listening to me and keeping it simple, these softwares should be sufficient to edit your video. So just install any of these softwares either in your PC or your Mac and you're good to go. The first thing you need to do is sequence your shots as per your script. Then throw in some filler shots that we talked about earlier. Yup, we talked about it. Go and watch the section on shooting. Not this one! Now, put in some dope transitions to swiftly move from one shot to another. If you have used multiple camera angles, make sure you transition between them only between actions and not randomly. Sync the sound you recorded separately and add in some dope music and we're done. You can use any music you want, but only if you have the rights to do it. Most music available out there is free only to listen and not to use, so you can't use a copyrighted sound for more than 8 seconds on YouTube for free. However, YouTube does provide a whole bunch of really awesome music in the form of YouTube audio library. At the end of your film, do not forget to give credits to all the people you worked with and all those who helped you making this movie. In the end, remember, there's no one way of making a movie. There have been so many great filmmakers, all with different styles of filmmaking, and they are all admired equally. Secondly, making a film is not something you get right in one go. It takes a lot of practice to make a good film, and the only way to get more practice is to, well, make more films. So get out there and make a film. Even if it's bad, when you make one, you'll get to know how to make a good one. And you can probably make a good movie after that, and there's a high chance that that second movie is going to be bad too. But as is always said, and is true for all things in life, practice makes a man or a woman perfect. So keep filming.